Well, hello everyone. Welcome. I'm Katie and this is a fountain pen awakening. I hope you're doing super well wherever you are in the world. I'm excellent. It's my day off. I'm sitting on my veranda enjoying this beautiful Queensland day, having my coffee. It's early in the morning, or early morning, so you'll hear a lot of traffic go past and human noises because it's that time of morning. Yeah, so anyway, I was reflecting on the fact that the 25th or the 26th of February was my 6-month anniversary, if there is such a word, but if there's not, I'm going to make it up, of me starting my YouTube channel, or at least, I had a YouTube channel, but started posting content about my fountain pen journey. And yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to sort of like reflect back on these 6 months and see what I have learnt and my thoughts so far. And I'm still a rookie, a beginner, and but it's been interesting. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it so much. I don't know. It just is something that relaxes me totally. That's my chill zone. Whenever I come home from work, I sit down and play around with my pens, do some drawings, do some writing. Play with my inks, experiment, play with nib sizes. So it's something that is really, to me, a meditation. You just sit there and you're in the zone. And I'm really thankful to Simon from the Hermit's Cave because it was one of his videos in August last year that introduced me to this hobby. And so, Simon, if you're watching, I'm very, very grateful to you. Thank you so much. You're such a lovely person and you're very inspirational. So I love following your channel and keep, posting vids on your fountain pen hobby as well. And yeah, so pretty happy. It's been 6 months of fun, and now I'll have to calm it down a little bit because I have booked my trip to Italy. I'm going to Italy for 3 weeks, end of June. I'm joining my cousin and his partner and the kids. They're going over to Elba. And for you that don't know, I lived on the island of Elba for many years. I grew up there. Mum and I travelled over there. We liked it so much that we ended up staying. So I grew up in a small island, between Tuscany and Corsica, and the Tuscan archipelago. It's 7 islands, and Elba is the biggest one. Also, Elba was where Napoleon was exiled the first time. It's claim to fame, but it goes way back to Etruscan times, and they used to mine iron from there. So I grew up there, and I'm originally from Melbourne, Australia, and I've moved up to Queensland these past couple of years. And that's a bit about me. And so when my family travels to Elba and I'm not there, it's not kosher. So I have to go over there and be with them. Oh, it's also because it's the first time they're taking the boys, my 2 nephews. So I need to be there. But it's been quite the expense. I was lucky enough to be able to pay it off in 4 goes. The tickets were like a bomb. Goodness me, and so I'm paying those off, and then I have to now save for the trip, so my pens might have to be put on the back burner. But having said that, I did purchase a pen from Amazon just because why not? You know what I mean? You can always not have enough fountain pens, in my opinion. It was my opinion at the start of my journey, and as we go along, it's still my opinion. I cannot stop buying fountain pens even when I'm broke. This one that I will show you today is one of those pens that I saw on one of the channels that I follow, Marcy Me, and yes, she showed it a couple of weeks back, and I said, oh, we gotta have that, yay! And so far so good. I'm loving this hobby. I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the fun. I'm enjoying all the people I'm connecting with, all the people who do have fountain pen channels, who post their content, a lot of people who just follow. So I appreciate you all. Thanks you so much for your comments, your advice, your tips, for interacting with me, for supporting my journey. As I've said in several of my other videos, it's nice to have someone to share this passion with, because me in my life, I don't have anybody really who has the same passion as me. And here in Australia, I think we're far and few in between who actually have channels on YouTube. I think the majority of people who do their content on fountain pens are all in the US and Canada for the most part. There are a few people in the UK, and yeah, very few people here in Australia. And so hopefully our community online will grow. Hopefully I've inspired someone to do their channel, and hopefully we here in Australia can, form a little bit more of a community and get to know each other more, and maybe do some collaborations, maybe do some vids together, maybe do some ink swaps. The thing with me, I'm not on social media. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on any of those platforms. The only platform I'm on is on YouTube. So I guess that also doesn't help with spreading my content or being able to share my content that much, because I'm not on those platforms. So if you guys enjoy my content, want to support me, please do share my content if you can with others that you might know, or your contacts on social media for me, and that would be fantastic. So all in all, these 6 months have been great. Here's looking forward to another great 6 months of pen loving and pen frolicking and pen shenanigans. I might have to slow down on my pen purchases though, and so now I have to come up with different ideas for my content, I guess. I'm not always doing unboxing and sharing my new purchases with you guys. Oh dear. Well, look, at the end of the day, I don't have very many vices anyway. Coffee, fountain pens, maybe a cheeky Prosecco in the evening. And yeah, I don't smoke, I don't go out very often, especially having moved up from Melbourne. So it's usually, we get together with the colleagues if I do go out. I enjoy going down the beach, go for walks along the beach. And yeah, I lead a pretty chilled life, but I'm pretty blessed. Chilling like a villain. Let's live, girl. How sexy you. Chilling like a villain. Is Willow. You, my little cutie bit duty girl. She's still with us. Hopefully for a little bit longer. I love you, Willow. So here we are, my friends. This is a little package, and it is the Mahjong Q1 fountain pen, and it's made in China. So let's just open this baby out. I did take it out of its parcel, bought it on Amazon for 40 Australian dollars, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, not entirely sure, sorry, I'm struggling. There we go. Bit of brute force. I'm not entirely sure now what's happening with Moonman, if Moonman has actually rebranded to Mahjong. No clue, but I've heard whisperings in the corridor that that's the case. So here we have it. Classic. They did give me a normal nib. So this one here is the little fat man. And it's kind of like a pocket pen, but as you can see, it's mahoosive. And what's really cool about this is, I don't know if you can see it, but it has a bent nib, and that has a bent nib purposely because this is a Fude nib. I think that's how you pronounce it, Fude. I think it sort of originated in Japan and China for calligraphy purposes. However, now it's popular to do drawings and artwork and manga kind of comics. So I bought this one purposely with this nib to try that out. You know me and my nibs. So when I was reading a bit about the blurb of it, it did say that this is not its original nib. It's from a different brand.
Ah, yeah, see, that says Mahjong in there. So they gave me just the normal nib to go with. So good. That was so unexpected. I didn't realize that that was going to happen. And this Fuda nib. Now, this is an eyedropper pen. Ink capacity of massive. But you can, I think, and use cartridges in here if you wanted to. I just think it's so cute. Look at this fat one. Mahjong around here instead of Moon Man. But to me, it looks like a Moon Man. So do any of you guys know if Moon Man has rebranded to Mahjong? It's called the Little Fat Man. All right, let me just get this out the way. Little Fat Man. It's a nice box, nice presentation. I like these sturdy boxes. The presentation of it's super nice, and I think this is just the manual and the instructions. Wow, I love it. I mean, it's very similar to my Moon Man in feel. You know, this kind of acrylic that they use, but as you can see, that's the size of it. Let's just grab quickly my Kaweco Sports for a size comparison. Yeah, it's similar to my Kaweco. It's got the dome. Oh wow, that's kind of like a magnifying glass situation there. Can you see that? I don't know how much it magnifies though. It doesn't. oh, it. Oh yeah, you can see the writing there, but it's not really magnified. What's the reverse of magnified? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Anyway, stop waffling, Kate. It does post, and this is kind of how it sits in my hand. Sort of a little bit back heavy for my liking, but I can do it. I mean, I can get used to it. That's fine. How fun is that? How fun is that? Yeah, little Batman. Yeah, so I saw this on Marcy Me's channel, and I just thought that's so fun. I just have to have it. So the size is definitely a little bit bigger from a Kaweco Sport, but that's just because this has got this domed element on it. So I was thinking that I'm going to ink this one up with my Troublemaker ink, the Copper Patina, just because, I don't know, I've got my Moon Man inked in my other Troublemaker ink, and I love the way this writes. I love it. I love the feel of it in my hand. I don't know, there's just something sort of nice, and I love how it's kind of shaped, and also I guess I love the ink in it, so that helps. And I really love this nib, this oblique broad. Writes nice, you know, not too blobby, and so I'm loving my Moon Man. So I didn't think twice about getting this just because it's super fun. I thought something a bit different. Same, bit different. I'm going to ink it up with a Copper Patina because I love this ink too. So 2 similar pens with my Troublemaker inks. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. This has just got a massive ink capacity. I'm just shaking this about for particulates to move around. Yay. I don't have measurements on this syringe, so I can't even give you a precise number on this fill. Wow, look at that. I'm going to put a little bit more just because I like the look of it. I might, for the purposes of more security, but I think it's pretty safe. I might give those threads a grease afterwards. So let's put it upside down for a sec. Let's cap my ink because, you know, we don't want little accidents to happen. And let's do a writing sample. Alrighty. So, I don't know if you can see, but how cool is that ink in there? Sparkly warkly. So I had this ink in my Skullkill pen, it's just like so fun that you can actually see it in here. So apparently with a food nib, it gives you different line weights. So practically you can use it in every which way, and even writes reverse. So let me just cap that. So if you go, oh wow, so that's the revert, but because it's sparkly warkly, it might not work perfectly well. So this is the Mahjong Q1. So it depends how you hold it, obviously. So they reckon that if you reverse writing should be very fine, and then as you hold the pen more vertical, you get a finer line, and then if you have it more horizontal, you'll get a broader line. So fountain pen, and it's transparent resin. Wow, so cool. $40 on Amazon. Come on. Oh, I keep wanting to spell Mahjong. Yeah, I think I spelled that wrongly. That's it. That's how you spell Mahjong. Q1. Oh, wow. Just going to give that a bit of a shake up. So that gives you, that kind of like is a broad nib line there as you go horizontally. Oh, this is so super fun. And then you can go super broad. Oh, wow. Lovely. That's so fun. This is going to be so fun to play around with. So it's struggling a bit when I write in reverse. I think it's because this is, you know, a shimmer ink. It might kind of block the flow on a thinner line. But definitely it's really pretty, isn't it? And it's inked in. So definitely it writes super well when I hold it up vertically. Copper patina or patina. Never know how to pronounce that word. From Troublemaker. Yeah, this is going to be so fun to experiment with. So fun. So in conclusion, what are my thoughts? What are my loves? What are my dislikes? What have I discovered along my fountain pen journey? What pens do I reach for? What are my favorites? As I mentioned before, one of the highlights of 2023 was getting my Moonman pen. And I was very surprised the joy it brings me. I love it, the feel of it. I just love writing with it. It sits in my hand really well. It just feels good. I like, you know, touching it. I love the fact that it's a little bit different from usual. I love this nib. I think it's really kind of sensational. Like it has this broad writing to it, but it's not. It has a bit of an angle to it too. An oblique broad or broad oblique, I don't know, but that's what I'm going with. It was also super cheap, $37 with 2 nibs, which I've put to good use. This was my revelation of my fountain pen journey so far, and hence why I didn't think twice about getting myself this little fat man with a food nib, which I'm going to have heaps of fun with. The other pens I tend to reach for are my Lamy All Stars. Again, I love the feel of my Lamy All Stars. They write super well. I've got the 1.1 calligraphy nib on them. They're not too fat, they're not too slim, they're just right. They're reliable writers. I can journal with them in my hobo. I don't know, I just like the satisfying click that they have. I like touching and feeling it. So really glad that I did go ahead and get myself blue green as well. Again, for those of you who do not know, I got this at a super discounted price. I think it was like under $40 for the All-Star. And that's a limited edition. It was like 2012 limited edition, I think. I don't know, but it came with a fine nib. So I'd never tried a fine nib. And, you know, I can't complain. Oh, sorry, am I in frame? Probably not. That's better. This is my blue-green. I got it for sale. Maybe it was $39, $38, $37. Can't remember now, Australian dollars. And comes with a fine nib. And I'm perfectly fine with a fine nib. No pun intended. So my Lamy All Stars, I'm even considering getting
the lilac one, which is a new edition that's just come out. Then my other one is my trusty little Lamy Vista. I love my little Lamy Vista. I love the way it writes. I've got a 1.1 calligraphy nib on this one too, and loves it. I loves it. I loves it. So another one that I reach for is my Bennu Brown Orchid. I love this pen. I love the way it writes, especially since I've put the medium nib on it. I bought it, came with a broad nib, didn't like the broad nib, swapped it out, and now it just writes like a dream. I've inked it up with my favorite ink, the Van Diemen's Leatherwood Honey, and I love everything about this medium nib. So Bennu comes with Schmidt nibs. It's a German nib. They don't do calligraphy or stub nibs, so that's hence why I got it with a broad. I got it with a broad because originally my Briolet, I bought my Bennu Brio in a fine nib. I hated the fine nib. I ordered a broad nib for it, loved the broad nib. I bought this with a broad nib, did not like the broad nib on this, so I ordered myself a further 2 nibs, 2 medium nibs, one for this and one for this just in case. So yeah, now I'm testing the medium out in this one. But this is the one I reach for, I love writing with the most. My TWSBI Mini. Now this has got a 1.1 stub nib on it as well. This is a size 4 nib, and the writing experience on this pen is amazing. I love it. For some reason, I don't know, it doesn't write like the other TWSBIs that I have. I bought the Classic. It has exactly the same nib. It's a size 4 nib. It's a 1.1 stub nib. It does not write like this Mini. So that blows my mind. I've got a 580 diamond iris, which comes with, I think it's a size 6 nib. I'm not sure. It's 1.1 again, but it's not. It's smooth. Yeah, I like it, but it just doesn't have the same feel as this Mini here. Amazing. I love this Mini. I reach for it all the time. I like to write with it. The other one that really pleasantly surprised me was a Prera. After getting a couple of Metropolitans because of the calligraphy medium nib that I really love on them, I bought myself a Prera. I put a calligraphy medium on them because these particular ones do not come with a calligraphy medium nib, only the Mets do, and some of the Prera demonstrators do. So I originally bought this in a hot pink, which I thought was red, but was hot pink, and because I had FOMO, I couldn't find this anywhere. It had all sold out, but eventually I did manage to find it, and now I just love the feel of this. I do need to write with posted. I love it. And the most satisfying thing is like how it kind of like smoothly caps on, glides on there. The other one, you know, that I reach for is my Moon Man. I did say that I love that, love that. And what pleasantly surprised me was the Kaveco. I didn't even want a Kaveco in my collection, but I got this little baby here, and I just love the feel of it. I think it's because of the, I don't know, it's aluminium. It's the aluminium sport. It's in a stonewash color. I bought it with a medium. I initially found the medium to be a little bit hard, so I bought myself a 1.1 calligraphy nib to go on it. And I used the calligraphy nib, thought I liked it, but I didn't. So I put the medium back in there, and I just love the way it writes and feels and looks. It's such a little cutie. So those are kind of the pens that I have, that I kind of reach for. And yeah, as you can see, they're kind of like all a cheaper price pen, except this. This was quite expensive. I bought this off the Bennu website. It was an online Bennu exclusive, and that costs heaps of money because they trade in US dollars and then the shipping, so that was quite, and then I bought a medium nib for it, so yeah, that was quite the expensive one. But other than that, all very very affordable pens. I find them very interesting, easy to write with, you know, nice writing experience. And then, you know, inks. My 2 favorite inks so far of all time in my 6 months are my Van Diemen's Leatherwood Honey and my Troublemaker Butterfly Dreams. And third new entry is my Lamy Crystal Azurite, which I tried in a sample and I really love, so I'm thinking of
grabbing myself a bottle of that. There you have it, my friends. 6 months in and I'm still loving it, and I still have to stop myself from buying fountain pens. So I started off hot and heavy and I'm trying to slow down. Anyway, thank you all for watching, for liking. Please keep interacting with me, you know, tips, tricks, advice. What are your favorite pens? What are the pens that you reach for? Leave some comments down in the section below. Yeah, love to hear from you. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching and listening to me blabber on. And until my next one, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you then. Ciao, Ali.